Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fragrance haul to share with you guys and I'm super excited. My nose is excited and I can't wait to share. But before we go any further, I am going to share with you guys what I have all over my nails and on my lips because if I don't, you always ask. We'll start off with my nails. It's a beautiful, it looks very blue on camera, but it has like a chromy, trichrome kind of coloring to it. This is from ILMP in the color Shockwave. It's a beautiful, like I say, it's very blue in the light, the direct light, but it also has like an oil slick look to it. So in the shade and that, it does, and you guys know I love ILMP, I love Hollow Taco, love this shade. I have Cosmo all over my lips from MAC. It is an amplified formula. This is what I have. I've worn it a few times on my videos. That's what I have all over my lips, and then of course topping it, as we do, I decided to kind of tone down like the orangish pink color in that. And I use the Give Beauty's lip gloss. This is in Dolled Up, and it's a beautiful pink. And I just sort of took it from the brush so I didn't stain the brush and tapped it on with my finger, and it was really nice. And that is what I have all over my lips. I'm going to state that I'm hoping the sound is okay because I'm trying to experiment with some different ways of getting sound into this video. So hopefully it works and it's not too loud or poppy, as they say. So anyway, very first item, I have done a video where I compared Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion with Burberry's Goddess, and I will link that in the cards above. This is Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion, and I picked it up fairly soon after its release. I was only able to get my hands on the 50 ml, and it's quite a lovely fragrance, and I'm going to grab a fragrance stick here. We're also going to use Fragrantica for checking out the main accords, and then the top, mid, and base notes, kind of like the pyramid, right? So anyway, this is a popular fragrance that came out sort of midsummer, I want to say. And it's really good. But there's something about this fragrance, and I say that in the video where I compare this one to Goddess, which is quite popular. You guys really enjoyed that video. A lot of people were saying that there was a citrus note to it, similar to Lyra, similar to Acro Bake, if you're familiar to like niche fragrances between those two. I did not get especially on my skin, I did not get the citrus note. I was getting more of a baked note, which is interesting because before we hop onto Fragrantica and check the main accords and then the pyramid, the scent pyramid, I want to let you guys know that initially when I hauled it, there was just 3 notes. 1 top note, 1 mid note, 1 base note. And about 2 weeks later, I went back on there and they started popping more mid notes on there, and I was like very much in agreement with the addition to the mid notes. But this is really good, but we'll go through that in a moment. The main accords for Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana are vanilla, sweet, white floral, powdery, citrus. Top notes are candied lemon, mid notes are orange blossom, panna cotta, and rum. Base notes are vanilla. Okay, so let's talk about the notes they changed, because originally, and I've got my computer next to me, originally it was just top notes of candied lemon, mid notes orange blossom, base note vanilla. That's all they had on there for quite some time. And I so agree with what they added, which was the rum and panna cotta. Based on the photo here, it's like a custardy cake panna cotta. I've never had it myself. That's what I get. It's more of a creamy vanilla with a little bit of extra. And I don't necessarily get rum because, of course, I get the initial blast of alcohol when I spray this. This is a lovely scent. Now, I will say this is definitely very girly. This is a very girly leaning fragrance, vanilla for that matter as well. It's a bit sugary. I don't know, might wear it in the winter time, but I think this might be something that might work out for me in the spring and summer as well. So anyway, I'm really glad I bought this, which now I'm actually kind of happy I didn't get the 100 ml because I normally just like gravitate to the 100 ml. And I actually think I prefer the Goddess by Burberry just a little bit more. What I will say right here, right now, is I would be so ecstatic if celebrity fragrances and designer fragrances finally jumped on the bandwagon of gourmand scents, because it is definitely something that we only really see in a lot of niche. So this being designer and it's being very like gourmand, i.e. it tastes like you could eat it, kind of sweets, vanilla and the cakey and just the yumminess. I hope we do, but my wallet would probably not like it so much because I do really enjoy that type of fragrance so much more. I feel like this one, again, is more appropriate for spring, summer. I do like it. The lasting power isn't the greatest on me. Again, I'll preface this by stating fragrances don't last a super long time on my skin. Generally speaking, I just like basically eat up fragrances for dinner, whatever. I only got about 4 hours-ish. I want to say maybe 5 hours. and then it's gone. It doesn't last on my clothes either. So. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited to share with you these next two. This one I paid full price for because I can't find it anywhere in stock where you could get it for a discount, and that is none other than BDK's Grise Charnel. And this is just a regular one, not the X-Straight version. I would love to smell that one and maybe compare the two. But for right now, I am so happy I got this. And the day that it arrived here in where I live on Vancouver Island, it was rainy, it was cold. I think it snowed the next day. I mean, this was like perfect. Anyway, let's go check out those main accords. Main accords for Grise Charnel by BDK Parfums are woody, warm, spicy, aromatic, powdery, fruity, sweet, iris, earthy, green, and vanilla. Top notes are cardamom, fig, black tea. Mid notes are iris, bourbon vetiver, and base notes are sandalwood and tonka bean. Oh, this is so good. I don't recall me having too many tea fragrances in my collection. Oh, the black tea. This is probably why I love chai teas in that too. I just love the cardamom, the black tea. Oh, the richness. This is so gorgeous. This was gorgeous on the day I received it. Like I said, it was raining and it snowed the next day, which was so early. It was in October still for Vancouver Island. That's almost unheard of. This is so good. And this is a very handsome bottle. Like a male or female could definitely wear this. I wouldn't say it's leaning one or the other. I love this, and it lasted longer on my clothes than it has on my skin. My skin, I get about 6 hours. On my clothes, I get pretty much the whole day. So I'm very happy. Now I want to like sample the X-Straight. Of course I do. I want to know the difference. If you love tea scents, I would definitely get this. I get cardamom. I get the black tea. There's a little bit of that sandalwood, but I wouldn't say it's sandalwood leaning at all because I do love sandalwood, the creamy kind. But I wouldn't say that's what I get, even though sandalwood is in the base notes here. But this is so good, you guys, and I got this from Be Gorgeous Beauty out in Halifax, Nova Scotia, where I used to live. Tim over at Be Gorgeous Beauty, he and I were chatting, and anyway, I bought this from them. I love it. Not sponsored, and I think it's an absolute gorgeous fragrance. I'm so happy, and I know my friend Kara really loves this one too, and I think she may have the X-Straight. I may actually, Kara, if you're watching, I might have to ask you for a sample of the X-Straight one, maybe. Anyway, you guys, this is a great one. I would highly recommend if you can get your nose on it, sniff it first. If you want to check out your Facebook groups nearest you and see if there's people in around the country or the city that you live in who might be able to give you guys a little sample to see what this smells like. But oh my gosh, I'm so happy. So happy. So happy I got you. Finally, I got you. And last but not least, I have a fragrance that I know I've loved for so long. When I was living in Halifax, I went to Be Gorgeous Beauty and I definitely sampled a lot of their niche fragrances because that's pretty much what they do. And Tim, the owner of Be Gorgeous Beauty, as mentioned before, but he gave me so many awesome samples to take home with me to see if I really enjoyed something. And I did. I did a lot. And in fact, I saved that little tiny sample that I had. I took it with me on my trip to Germany and Czech Republic last January. So January of this year, 2023. And I loved it so much. I put myself on wait lists for notifications for a deal on fragrancebuy.ca and all these places. And I keep getting kicked out. I actually even placed an order with Fragrance Net. And I don't know, 2 weeks later, they said no longer in stock and they refunded me my money 2 weeks after I had already purchased it. So I'm like, okay, weird. Someone doesn't want me to have this, but I wanted it. And that is Initio's Side Effect. Male, female, I don't care. If you love vanilla, do you love tobacco? Do you love a little alcohol, like a little rum? This one's for you. This one's definitely for me. I love this one. It lasts. It's a beast. It lasts a long time. For someone, as we know, who does not, the scents do not last on me. This lasts days. Like, it's on me until I will shower. It could last days. It's on my jackets for days. Initio is a fragrance house like no other. This is sexy. There's one other fragrance right now that I have my eye on as well. But let's go check out the main accords for Side Effect because... it's so good. Main accords for Side Effect by Initio Parfums are vanilla, rum, tobacco, warm spicy, sweet, cinnamon, woody, and powdery. Fragrance notes read rum, vanilla, tobacco, and cinnamon. She's so good. And I got this. Okay, so as I mentioned actually earlier, there's fragrance pages. Like if you have a Facebook groups, in Canada, there's a really good one. In Canada, there's over 8,000 members, and you have to be a Canadian. I'm sure the Americans have it too. Oh my God, it's so good. Anyway, I saw this gentleman who I knew I could trust because he was a moderator for this group. He was selling this at a very good price, and it was like 98% full. I guess he just wasn't using it. Oh my gosh. I get actually a little tiny little bit of leather when it's brand new and before the alcohol dries down. I get the tobacco, I get the rum, the vanilla, I get the spice notes. I think what sticks on my skin and my clothes the most is the vanilla and the rum. I think that and some like cinnamon. Those are the scent notes that I really sense that stick with me. And I love these. And again, I was just looking at my collection, which is over here. And I was looking at all my niche fragrances. 95% of my niche fragrances are for like fall, winter, dark, warm, cozy, vanilla, spice, yum. That's what I love. You can't get this at Sephora. You do have to search. Let's see. I had my name on the wait list for fragrancebuy.ca. Check out FragranceNet. Check out fragranceperfumes.ca for the Canadian site. There's so many sites. Twisted Lily, there's many of them. I even looked on Be Gorgeous Beauty, but they were out of stock for quite some time too. So that's why I ended up picking up the Grey Charnel from them, but was able to score a really great deal on this one here. I am not disappointed. I remember I was wearing this shirt, not this shirt, but I was wearing this shirt. I sprayed this on the very first day it came in, the next day. And I was like, it's so good. I don't know. Again, if you love vanillas, if you love spicy notes, that sexiness, men or women, that's good. That's very, very good. All right, you guys, that is my Fragrance Friday that I'm going to be sharing with you. Just 3 fragrances I have picked up in the last month or so. And I'm very happy with my purchases, especially my niche ones. They're so good. I can't wait to put you up on the shelf to make you all pretty with all the other ones. I know I'm weird and I'm crazy, but those of you who are like me, you understand we're like-minded, right? Yeah, Nagi. Yeah. All right, you guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.